Faith, I spoke with Palace Jewelry and Loan in downtown Reno, and they say that they have noticed quite the rise in people coming in to pawn items in the last year. And they say the main reason for that is people just need some extra cash to get by.
I really want this.
TV's most explosive pawn shop dynasty hid secrets darker than Detroit's abandoned streets. Behind the heated negotiations and family feuds at American Jewelry and Loan, cast members faced devastating accidents, mysterious disappearances, and health crises that changed everything. From motorcycle crashes to strokes, heart attacks to criminal arrests, the hardcore pawn family endured tragedies that never made it to TruTV. Which beloved cast member's secret nearly destroyed a 25-year friendship? And what really caused the show's shocking cancellation? Join us as we unveil 10 beloved hardcore pawn members who faced tragic circumstances. Number 10. Seth Gold. Seth Gold was the man fans watched stare down furious customers inside Detroit's American Jewelry and Loan, his voice cutting through chaos like steel. On Hardcore Pawn, which ran for 9 explosive seasons between 2010 and 2015, Seth was the sharp negotiator, the heir carrying his family's business on his shoulders while his father, Les, chased expansion. Viewers saw the tough exterior, but few knew the private battles waiting beyond the cameras. In June 2019, everything shattered. Seth's motorcycle slammed into a car on Detroit's west side, the impact fracturing his ribs and legs while tearing his body with internal injuries. He was rushed to Detroit Receiving Hospital, where he underwent several surgeries as doctors worked to save him. The recovery was grueling, with months of therapy replacing the authority he once held behind the pawn shop counter. Then, in November 2021, social media erupted with claims that Seth had died in another Detroit accident. Twitter and Facebook lit up with posts, and fans mourned as if it were fact. But the reality was harsher. Seth was alive, forced to watch millions believe he was already gone. But while Seth battled false rumors about his death, another cast member faced a real medical emergency that would change his life forever. So what devastating health crisis struck without warning? Number 9. Bobby Janick. Bobby Janick wasn't the loudest voice at American Jewelry and Loan, but people remembered him for how steady he was. During 3 seasons of Hardcore Pawn, filmed at 20,450 Greenfield Road in Detroit between 2010 and 2013, Bobby kept his cool when deals turned tense. Les and Seth Gold often made headlines with their fiery arguments. But Bobby worked differently. He stayed calm, focused on fairness, and sometimes sent customers out the door with more money than they expected. Everything changed on March 14, 2018. At his Detroit home, Bobby suffered a massive stroke that struck without warning. Within minutes, the negotiator who once read customers with razor-sharp instincts could no longer control his own body. He was rushed to Henry Ford Hospital, where doctors fought to stabilize his condition. The stroke ravaged his coordination, damaged his speech, and stole the motor skills that had defined his career. Weeks turned into months inside rehabilitation centers across Michigan. Physical therapy replaced pawnshop negotiations as Bobby struggled to walk, speak, and feed himself. His departure from the show was a means of survival. As Bobby fought to recover from his stroke, the show's patriarch was about to face his own life-threatening emergency. But would Les Gold's legendary resilience be enough to survive what was coming? Number 8. Les Gold. Les Gold was born on June 20, 1950, in Detroit, Michigan, and grew up learning the pawn trade inside his grandfather's shop, Sam's Loans on Michigan Avenue. By age 12, he had already sold his first diamond ring, setting the foundation for a career that would eventually shape an empire. In 1978, Les opened American Jewelry and Loan, and over 4 decades, it expanded into a 50,000 square foot Detroit landmark, drawing nearly 1,000 customers every day. Television changed everything on August 16, 2010, when Hardcore Pawn premiered on TruTV. For 9 seasons and over 160 episodes, viewers tuned in as Les laid down the rules with his booming voice. He could be tough in heated confrontations, but just as quickly, he was back at the counter working out high-stakes deals. But in February 2019, Les collapsed inside the store after chest pain struck without warning. Doctors at Beaumont Hospital said it was a massive heart attack, and the 69-year-old patriarch was rushed into emergency surgery. He pulled through, but his time in the spotlight slowed down. Then in March 2023, a viral Facebook post claimed he had died, racking up more than 50,000 shares before Les shut it down himself. Les survived both a heart attack and a death hoax. Still, another longtime employee wasn't as fortunate. What secret almost ended a 25-year friendship? Number 7. Rich Pyle. Rich Pyle embodied Hardcore Pawn's gritty Detroit spirit. As floor manager at American Jewelry and Loan, he stood beside Les Gold for 25 years, guiding daily operations inside the 50,000 square foot Greenfield Road shop. In 2012, quiet rumors spread about a serious incident involving Rich inside the shop. Though never fully explained, the event reportedly left him shaken and changed his once carefree demeanor. Tension reached a boiling point during Season 6 in 2014. Cameras captured Les Gold abruptly firing Rich after a dispute about business decisions. Getting fired on air ended more than a job. It ended a 25-year friendship, with millions watching the collapse unfold in real time. Rich's friendship with Les died on camera, but another beloved employee simply vanished from the show without any explanation. Where did one of the shop's most skilled workers disappear to? Number 6. Karen Civil. Karen Mitchell worked the counters of American Jewelry and Loan with precision and speed, quietly becoming a familiar face to fans of Hardcore Pawn. Viewers spotted her in multiple episodes filmed at the 50,000 square foot Detroit store at 20,450 Greenfield Road, where more than 1,000 customers a day brought jewelry, electronics, and collectibles to sell or pawn. Between 2011 and 2014, Karen appeared throughout seasons 4, 5, and 6, giving the show a layer of authenticity that balanced the explosive drama surrounding Les, Seth, and Ashley Gold. While others argued with customers for the cameras, Karen managed transactions with sharp negotiating skills, quick humor, and an instinct for fair pricing. Her presence gave audiences a glimpse of the day-to-day reality that kept the business running behind the show's headline conflicts. After Season 6 concluded in late 2014, Karen vanished from the series without explanation. Karen's disappearance was never explained, so also the matriarch of the Gold family. How did she just vanish without a trace? Number 5. Lily Gold. Lily Gold rarely appeared on camera, but her influence built the foundation of American Jewelry and Loan. Born in 1950, she married Les Gold in 1975 and quickly became the quiet architect behind his growing empire. While Les learned the trade at his grandfather's shop, Sam's Loans, it was Lily who guided the family through the financial risks of expansion. In 1993, her planning made possible the move to 20,450 Greenfield Road, a 50,000 square foot facility that transformed the business into Detroit's largest pawn operation. By the early 2000s, the shop was serving nearly 1,000 customers a day. When TruTV launched Hardcore Pawn on August 16, 2010, millions watched the Gold family argue, negotiate, and confront chaos. But away from the cameras, employees described Lily as the calm behind the storm, the stabilizing presence who kept family and business intact. Her on-screen appearances dwindled, and by 2013, she had vanished entirely from the series without explanation. No statement was issued, no farewell episode aired, and her absence became one of the show's most discussed mysteries. While Lily faded from view, her daughter Ashley was fighting battles that would ultimately force her to choose between family loyalty and personal survival. What health crisis threatened to end her career? Number 4. Ashley Gold. Ashley Gold was born on January 7, 1978 in Michigan, the daughter of Les and Lily Gold. From childhood, she grew up inside Detroit's pawnshop world, eventually becoming co-owner of American Jewelry and Loan, located at 20,450 Greenfield Road. When Hardcore Pawn premiered on TruTV on August 16, 2010, Ashley's fiery presence quickly turned her into one of the most recognizable faces of the series. Viewers watched her battle with customers and clash repeatedly with her brother Seth and father Les. Across 9 seasons and 162 episodes, Ashley became the spark that fueled the family's explosive on-screen drama. Her sharp comebacks, fearless negotiations, and confrontational energy made her both admired and despised, but always unforgettable. Behind the cameras, Ashley faced private medical challenges that gradually shifted her priorities. By 2014, health concerns combined with escalating family tensions made her daily role in the business unsustainable. Her exit, never publicly detailed, was sudden and final. Ashley's departure wounded the show, but other staff members faced even darker fates when their reality TV dreams transformed into legal nightmares. What crimes destroyed their television careers? Number 3. The Hardcore Pawn Staff. On September 20, 2011, Detroit police reports confirmed that a former American Jewelry and Loan employee, seen in multiple episodes of Hardcore Pawn, was arrested after stolen merchandise was discovered in a warehouse on Grand River Avenue, less than 2 miles from the store. The revelation shattered fans who had grown accustomed to his presence behind the counters. Tragedy struck again in 2013, when another background clerk was pulled over during a traffic stop on 8 Mile Road. A routine license check exposed outstanding felony warrants, leading to a dramatic arrest that linked his criminal past directly to his time on TruTV's highest-rated reality series. To fans, their faces once stood for Detroit grit and loyalty, but over time, the headlines told a different story, turning them into cautionary tales as life unraveled long after the cameras were gone. While individual staff members faced legal consequences, the entire city of Detroit was fighting for survival as cameras captured its slow death. How did urban decay become Hardcore Pawn's most tragic storyline? Number 2. The City That Died While the Cameras Rolled. The deepest tragedy tied to Hardcore Pawn wasn't the shouting matches between Les, Ashley, and Seth Gold. It was the real lives unraveling in Detroit while cameras rolled inside American Jewelry and Loan. When TruTV premiered the series on August 16, 2010, Detroit's unemployment rate hovered near 15%, among the highest in the nation. Whole neighborhoods resembled ghost towns, with more than 70,000 abandoned structures marking the city's collapse. The pawnshop's location on Greenfield Road, near the hard border of 8 Mile, became a front-row seat to this decline. Customers weren't only trading jewelry or electronics, they were pawning survival. Fathers sold toolkits once used to earn paychecks. Mothers parted with wedding rings to cover overdue utility bills. Each desperate exchange reflected a city fighting for breath. One man filmed in 2012 tried to pawn power tools, hoping for rent money. Months later, Wayne County records showed his home lost to foreclosure. Others who promised cameras they would rebuild lives were later reported dead from overdoses or gun violence. Their brief appearances turned into haunting memorials. For viewers, Hardcore Pawn documented not just family drama, but the human cost of Detroit's economic collapse, showing how residents traded personal treasures for survival while the city struggled to recover. Detroit's decline provided Hardcore Pawn's authentic backdrop, but the show itself would soon face its own death when network executives made a decision that devastated millions of fans. What really caused the Empire's shocking end? Number 1. The Empire that died too soon. Summer 2015 marked the end of an era when Hardcore Pawn aired its final episode after 9 fiery seasons and 162 installments, closing the book on Detroit's most famous pawn shop, and a reality series that captured raw American grit. Premiering on August 16, 2010, the show offered TruTV viewers an unfiltered alternative to polished reality formats, spotlighting the daily battles inside American Jewelry and Loan on Greenfield Road. At its peak, the 50,000-square-foot store drew nearly 1,000 customers every day, transforming into a destination for visitors from Ohio, Illinois, and beyond. Between 2011 and 2013, Seth Gold expanded with satellite branches in Pontiac and Hazel Park, attempting to build a statewide empire. By 2014, both locations shuttered quietly, a signal that the brand's momentum was slipping. When the network confirmed cancellation in 2015, fan reactions were immediate. Social media platforms lit up with grief as viewers described the announcement as the death of Hardcore Pawn itself. Ratings had once soared past 2 million per episode, making the Gold family's clashes and Detroit's collapse must-see television. The final curtain call left not only a hole in TruTV's lineup, but also a cultural void for millions who had followed every fight, deal, and heartbreak. Which cast member's tragedy shocked you the most? And do you think Hardcore Pawn could make a successful comeback in today's reality TV landscape? Or did the authentic magic die with the original series? Let us know what you think. Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.